Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. We up and running. I'm up and running. Sometimes you gotta watch what you say, Greenhouse. These niggas think they rocking with you like that. These niggas envy you, bro. They hate on your every move. They trying to fuck your girl. They don't look out for your kids. They don't give a fuck about you, Greenhouse. They don't care. They say ain't no friends on you. Nigga ain't no friends in real life. But I hate negative people, y'all. Today, I almost had to get my hands dirty, y'all. hmm I almost had to get my hands dirty, y'all. Look at my nails. Look at my nails. My shit's just clean, y'all. Very clean, y'all. And I almost had to put dude out today. You understand what I'm saying? And let me explain what happened, baby. And that's just a little, that don't really got nothing to do with me hating negative people, y'all. Word up. So, I alright. So, I'm jogging. You understand what I'm saying? I'm doing my jogging, my ones and twos, getting right with the Lord. You understand? So, um, I'm jogging, doing what I do and stuff like that. I ran into like an old teacher. He used to be like a football coach. You understand what I'm saying? I ran into him, right? So I'm like, yo, you look familiar. I could see him, but by his walk, your body naturally reacts when you see somebody that you haven't seen for a minute or that you've seen before. It's called photogenic memory, y'all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I ran into him, big black nigga. It's like good. I said, what's good, God? Peace and blessings. How you doing today, man? I remember you, bro. You worked at any schools? I couldn't really, you know, put a finger on that, yo. I couldn't really put a finger on it. Yeah, yeah, I'm on my karate shit, baby. Mm-hmm. I'm on my karate shit, baby. Whoa. Whoa. I used to break fucking mad bricks with my fucking hands, bro. Love these hands, baby. Word up. But anyway, ran into an old friend. Ran into someone, who, you know, I know him from somewhere. So I stopped to do great energy and, didn't mind me stopping him, stuff like that. I stopped my workout, yep, to acknowledge, never walk by a black man and you don't acknowledge, yo. Never. So I acknowledged the brother. I said, yo, bro, you used to work in a school or something like that? Like, I remember you, Brody. He said, yeah, I worked for a few schools. I hit him with the Mall Haven. I'm like, yo, bro, I used to go for careers urban assembly for careers in sports. He said, oh, Green Eyes? I was like, that's my nigga. So we showed each other love, gave each other a pound. You understand what I'm saying? Um, I, and then I just basically went about my day, back to the workout, back to regular schedule programming, y'all. Back to regular schedule programming. So then I see another nigga, somebody that I know, but I can't recall where I know him from. This is when things start to get a little spooky. This is when I almost had to get my hands dirty, yo. This is where I almost had to get my hands dirty, yo. So, mind you, of the vibration of the other individual, it was great energy. You understand what I'm saying? Great energy. And so I try to bring that upon him. Try to give him, and I recognize them. I just can't. I got a photo, I got a photo in my head. I know exactly how he looked. I'm just waiting to run into him again so I can knock him out. Um, so in 161, y'all know 161. You know the track. Everybody is like going a certain direction. You understand what I'm saying? Is either everybody's going this way or is everybody going this way? Right? So I guess dude, he wanna be different. He wanna separate himself from people. Just weirdo type nigga. So as I'm going this way, where the whole crowd is going, where everybody is jogging, everybody is going this direction, yo. So the dude is coming my direction in the opposite direction. So me, I'm like, whoa. I didn't think nothing of it, but I do when I'm running, I like people to stay in their lane. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm jogging this lane, don't step out your lane. You going in this lane, you pass me, and then you go in my lane. Because now you're competing with me. I feel energy and I feel vibration. So when he was on this side, y'all, and he came over here, that wasn't him. That was a different person. And then the nigga stopped. So I jogged towards the nigga mad fast. Then I went this way. I did like what he did to me, but I got mad closer to the nigga. Because he jogging, throwing swings, talk about kid. Like that shit is supposed to intimidate me. Like it was supposed to intimidate me, yo. So he he's coming from the opposite direction. He's coming this way. He's coming in my lane. So this is when I noticed the dude. I'm like, oh snap, I know him from somewhere, but I couldn't really figure it out. But he's coming towards my direction. Everybody's jogging this way. The only nigga going this way, and another dude. But the other dude that was coming this direction, he was like a big dude, Spanish nigga. He was like there was another dude, big nigga. He was with his girl. They still right there. So once the Spanish nigga was coming my direction, the Spanish nigga was like, "Yo, my fault." I ain't really acknowledged him, but I acknowledged him. Once our thing passed, I was like, I ain't give him what he gave me. He went like that, like, "Yo, my fault." I was like it's all good, right? But then the other dude that I'm telling you about, he's coming in my direction. I'm not seeing really nothing wrong with it, but one of us got to make that step to move to the side. That's how I look at it. But once I seen that he was coming, I was like, it's either I step to the side or he stepped to the side. But when I seen his face, before I could even get to, you know, testing his energy, I forgot about, you know, the nigga coming in my lane. I forgot about, oh, let me see what this nigga on or whatever. I just saluted the nigga like, oh shit. I was like, that's what got me even more tight, y'all. When you try to salute somebody on some humble, and then you gotta bring the monster out. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a humble warrior, y'all. Been through a lot, trying to change my ways for the better. You understand what I'm saying? But please don't get it, misconstrued, yeah. So yeah, I'm on my Japanese joint right now, baby. So the dude is coming my direction, y'all. So in my head already, I'm already putting he better move or I better move, right? So before it gets to that, me like, because I was already a little bit off the last person that stepped in my lane. They was over here, and since I was going a little slow, I go at my pace. I like to work at my pace, yo, especially with the stiff neck. You understand what I'm saying? So when he did that, he brought a little shorty. This is a random dude that I'm telling you about. He passed me, but then he went in my lane, and I was jogging, and then the nigga stopped. So that shit just got me like mad tight. Like you stepped in my lane, and you stopping. You could have stood in that lane and kept going bonkers. You understand what I'm saying? But that's not the dude we talking about. I'm saying what led before I had that interaction with him. Remember with Queen's Flip and the other dude, that he had an interaction with before the before the dude that he had an encounter with. It was something that led up to that based off the conversation of the energy of somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't the dude that saluted Queen's Flip. He was like, yo, it was something else on that way there that threw the spirit off, yo. So when the dude is coming, I'm already like, all right, it's either I move or he move. But I go by energy. If you're not even trying to make an attempt to move, then I'm running right in you. I'm running right to you, bro. You understand what I'm saying? We just gonna be jogging right to each other and just collide right there. Fuck it. So, before I got into that type of activity, I noticed the face looked familiar. You understand what I'm saying? So as chosen ones, as people that's gifted, as people that, believe in the Lord and stuff like that, it's not a mistake when you run into people. So I try to show them a little respect. Try, everybody wants respect. I try to show them, hospitality. So I was like, yo, I know you. Damn, I can't. And then I asked him, I was like, yo, you went to Urban Assembly for Careers in Sports? So he's jogging. He had like headphones on. So he took his headphones. Mind you, I'm this way, I'm facing this way, and he's facing that way. But now he's turned back. Cause he knew I like said something. And while I was talking, my spirit ended up grabbing the nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Because he was like coming to my way and I was going through his way. So I'm talking to him. I'm like, this is as we jogging. So as he's jogging my direction, I'm jogging his direction. I'm like, yo, I'm like, oh shit, I know you, bro. Damn. Um, so he's like, huh? I was like, damn, you look familiar. So he ended up taking the headphones out and he's looking back now. He's like, what happened? And I was like, nah, I think I know you from somewhere, bro. You went to Urban Assembly for, and while I'm saying that, the nigga just cuts me off, and he said, you don't know me, bro. And the nigga put his headphones back in, y'all. Yo, all I seen, like, when the nigga turned his back on me, I just seen the nigga shot like 7 times in the back. Because I was so happy. I was so jolly. And I was really trying to figure out where I know this dude from. And, but now that I'm thinking about it, he already had that energy coming to the park. Because once he turned around and he said, what? I didn't take it as disrespect. But now, later on, during the day, I had to come to a realization that he had a spirit on him. That wasn't him. Because once he was like, what? He was like, what you said? I was like, yo, I think I know you from somewhere. You went to Urban Assembly for Careers and Sport. And while I'm saying that, the nigga just he said, you don't know me, bro. No, he's like, yeah, that's what he said. He said, you don't know me, bro. And he put the joint back on. And he started jogging. So mind you, he's staying in that lane. You understand what I'm saying? But once he said that, I said, fuck you then, nigga. My word is bond. I should die before my word shall fail, yo. I told the nigga, as soon as the nigga said, oh, you don't know me, he put his headphones back in. Because he didn't want to hear what I had to say. Because I had some words for him. But I didn't know, I didn't know he can't hear me or he could hear me. You understand what I'm saying? But I was ready for his reaction. I wanted him to turn back with that same energy. So he's like, you don't know me. And then he put his headphones back in. As he's putting, once he said you don't know me, he put his headphones like mad fast. I was like, fuck you then, nigga. You acting like niggas supposed to know who the fuck you are, like you some famous nigga. Fuck out of here. Then the nigga, he started jogging. Now he's coming around again, y'all. The opposite direction. He's coming towards my direction again. Now I'm like, you know what? Nigga, I ain't moving, nigga. Cause you caught me. You caught me with that little slick shit. You understand what I'm saying? Then you put your headphones in and you didn't get to hear me say, fuck you then, nigga. Cause that was, the little the fuel that I needed. Because I'm not just gonna pop on a nigga and he's just having a bad day, or you understand what I'm saying? It's disrespectful because I'm speaking to you and you just going away and you saying you don't know me, but that's his right, yeah. Later on, I analyzed that. I said that's just right. I can't be mad at that. But I could use anything that I could use to be okay with the Lord or putting a pause on this dude. Right? Because I try to always be like, right with the Lord. God was a man of war, but it need to make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it doesn't, but to me, it's like I didn't see once he said that, and I told the nigga, yo, fuck you, nigga. You acting like you famous, nigga. Suck my dick, nigga. I expected him to hear me. I expected him to turn around. He kept going. He had music. He kept going. So now he's coming around again, y'all. He's coming around again like deja vu. He's coming around again like deja vu, y'all. Now, as he's coming this direction, again, I'm coming this direction. But now, the nigga know not to be in my lane. So the nigga was in the lane. I made sure I stood in the lane. And when he got to you know, he got I'm by where the spaghetti's at. And he's like right here. So the nigga automatically goes to the other lane. Because like I told you, I grabbed the nigga. I like my spirit. I don't know. I usually have control of certain things, but it was like my spirit, like it wasn't a grab, but he was coming this direction, I was coming this direction, and then I knew the nigga, so my body reacted. It was just like I was like, we close to each other and shit like that. So I you know, grabbed the nigga, like not like yo, what's your name? Or it was just like you know, when you pass somebody and you like, but I did it with like, it wasn't like on some tough guy shit. It was really on some, nigga, are you gonna move? You come in this direction, I'm coming this direction. One nigga gotta move. You understand what I'm saying? So I see the nigga wasn't like even really trying to make an attempt to move. So I like did that. But in the mix of that, I noticed the dude. He looks familiar. So, but I already you know, did my shit, passing the nigga. So I was like, now I'm like, yo, bro, you look familiar. You went to careers in sports. He take off his headphones. He look back. He's like, what? He's like, what you said? I was like, yo, bro, you went to like Urban Assembly for careers in sports. I guess he was looking for that field too. But I was being genuine and sincere because I when I passed him and he passed me, I didn't you understand what I'm saying? I just you know, because I'm going this way, he going that way. Somebody got to move. You understand what I'm saying? So as I'm doing my shit to move the nigga a little to the side, I noticed he looked familiar. You understand what I'm saying? But I noticed he looked familiar before I did the side shit. The side shit was just in my spirit. My spirit just caught him. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm glad my spirit did that because nothing really you say is, nigga, I done put my hands on you already, nigga. You pussy. But I'm not trying to make it seem like I put my hands on them to move out the way or, yo, I did that. It was like my spirit did it. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't like I pushed the nigga away, but it was like you understand what I'm saying? Like, when you walk by a nigga and you just nigga, move. Like, so I gave him that. But in the mix, I grabbed a nigga. Cause I'm not grabbing it. I'm like, oh shit. As I'm going like that, I'm like, oh shit, I know you. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo. So I put like my hands on the stomach. I'm like, oh, I'm like, yo, bro, I know you. So I thought he was gonna be like, don't fucking touch me. That's what I was expecting. So that he didn't do that, and he turned around and he was staring at me, and he took off his headphones. I'm thinking we good. I'm thinking he gonna be like, cause he did ask me. He's like, what you said? You know, sweating and all that. He's like, what you said? So I'm like, oh nah, bro. I'm thinking, yo, you went to Urban Assembly for Careers in Sports. Like, you look familiar. And once I said, like, the nigga didn't even let me finish. Like, that's what got me upset. The nigga asked me what I said, and then I'm trying to tell the nigga what I said, and then the nigga did not listen. That's frustrating, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but to me, that's like disrespectful. That's arrogance. That's like, and I know the nigga. Like once I gotta go through my family list. I gotta go through my friends list. But I know I have a connection with this person. I know I'm gonna run into this person again. You understand what I'm saying? But let me tell y'all what happened. So he asked me, yo, he's like, what you said? And I'm like, I said, yo, bro, you looking familiar. Like, you went to Urban Assembly for Careers in Sports? The nigga was like, he's like, you don't know me. So he put the headphones in, yo. So now he coming around again. I'm going around. You understand what I'm saying? So now I'm like, I'm not moving. Cause I'm like, I told the nigga once he said that, I said, fuck you, nigga. You act like you famous, nigga. Suck my dick, nigga. Cause that shit just, forgive me, y'all. That shit got me a little upset. The way he did it. You asked me what I said, and then I'm trying to explain to you what I said. And then in the mix, you like, yo, um, you say, "Oh, you don't know me," and you put your shit back on, and you start working out again. Now, the grown in me, later on, because there was one of the football players, right? He had a bad girl over there. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk to her. She ain't pay me no mind, which is cool. You understand what I'm saying? John verse 5, test the spirit. Um, then the same football nigga, I'm looking at him thinking he gonna be like one of them you weird type of niggas, over his girl or whatever. And the nigga, as I was jogging, I stopped to let the nigga go by. The nigga, he told me, he's like, he's like, nah, go ahead, bro. Don't stop your workout. I said, good looking, beloved. I went like that, kept it pushing. So when the dude kept it pushing, as I was speaking to him and to letting him know, oh shit, you look familiar. You went to Urban Assembly for Careers in Sports. When he kept going, at the moment, I felt like shooting the nigga and stabbing the nigga 7 times each. Now, when I got home and I analyzed the same way as the football player told me, nah, don't stop your rhythm. Maybe I was stopping dude's rhythm, y'all. He was sweating. You know, you could tell nigga ain't. He was going through something. Menopause. I don't know. These niggas be stressing like a salad dressing. They be stressing like a salad dressing. Not me. Even when I'm stressing like a salad dressing, I never show y'all niggas that, man. Y'all niggas want to see me angry? Y'all ain't never seen me angry. Think about it. Roski said it the best. Shout outs to Roski. Word, Roski. Mm. bad, y'all. Flag on the flag. Flag on the play, y'all. So what happened was they good. They can hear you, baby. So what happened was, you know, after he told me that, he didn't pay me no mind. He put his headphones back in. He's like, I don't know you. No, no. He said, you don't know me. He turned around. As he turned around, I'm like, fuck you then, nigga. Nobody need to know you anyway. You acting like you famous, nigga. Fuck you. He just keep jogging. He got headphones in. So as he's coming around, I'm like, I'm not moving. Fuck that. We're gonna have to run into each other or swing or some shit. So now he's coming again, yo. As he's coming, he steps to the other side, the other lane. But he gives me like this stare. He gives me like this eye thing. Like he's staring at my eyes over there. But I didn't take it like that because I already knew what type of individual I was dealing with once he did that. And once I told him, fuck you, nigga, you act like you a celebrity, fuck out of here. He put the headphones in. He heard me. 10 out of 10. 10. He heard me, yo. 10 out of 10. 10. He heard me, yo. So now he's coming around again. He moves to the side. I jog. I'm looking at him. I'm watching the nigga. Cause I'm like, he could act like he's jogging again and clap me or try to stab me or try to swing or whatever. So now I'm not jogging no more. Now I'm walking. So as he's coming jogging, I'm walking his direction, but I'm walking slow, like Mike, Jason, Michael Myers, that type of shit, y'all. That type of shit. I'm walking with you know, oh yeah, I'm already walking with that. So then he goes to the other lane, y'all. As he goes in the other lane, he gives me that look. I'm looking at him too. You understand what I'm saying? But I know he heard me. He heard what I said. That's why he gave me that look. You understand what I'm saying? He's not gonna feel threatened or give me a bad look. I'm just asking you, yo, you look familiar and stuff like that. So when he came down again, he stood exactly in the lane. So I already knew he had heard me. Just by staying in this lane, you heard me. But now you feel some type of way. You don't acknowledge it, you don't say nothing, but you just like there, like you go through the other lane. So as he's going through the other lane, he passes them. He looks at me, I look at him, and he just goes. Now, that shit got me tight the way he responded to me. The way he responded to me in the beginning, now you don't know me. I was already in my head like, I'm about to stuff this nigga. So now he comes again, y'all. This is why I think somebody sent the nigga to get fucked up. He comes again, y'all. I kid you not, this nigga done teleported on the nigga. You ever seen Steve Urkel? You ever seen Steve Urkel? How you get in the machine and turn into another individual and liberty? It was like one of those, y'all. It was like one of those, y'all. And as he's coming again, I'm like, you know, you said that first little thing, smart thing. Then when you came around again, you went to the other lane. I respected that, but the eyes don't lie, y'all. The eyes, it do not lie. So once he came around the second time and he moved to the other lane, I didn't sleep on him for that. I respected it, but I didn't sleep on it because as he's going through the other lane, he's eyeing me. So I eye him. Then he's coming again for the third time, y'all. I kid you not, this nigga done teleported to the person, y'all. That nigga teleported back to his crib, bro. Because now I'm like, all right, you said that funny shit. Now you went to the other lane, but you eyeing me. Now the third time, I'm like, fuck it. This is how God work, y'all. By that third time, because I was already with that, you know, oh, this nigga think, that type of shit. As he's coming again, y'all, I'm looking, I'm waiting, but I don't see the dude no more. And I've been a couple of hours, so I know who's on the track. I know who just got on the track. So I'm like, damn, did he leave? Did he leave? Did he teleport it? Did he got scared and left? Did he go to grab more other people? You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to think because I'm just like so upset the way he responded to me, y'all. But who am I, right? Who am I? But that third time, I got on my block shit. I got on my hush shit. Because I was working out. I was feeling good. The adrenaline is up. You understand what I'm saying? But I was trying to give the dudes, to remember me, you know? And if he did it was all good, acknowledgement though. Don't just put your headphone on. You don't know me. And, you know, it's about respect, y'all. Everybody wants respect. Even if they show you they don't. Everyone wants respect, y'all. Wise man told me that one day. Um, then that third time, it's like he teleported. He wasn't even there, y'all. Then there was like other people there jogging, and I turned around by fast, running down on them too, because I'm thinking it's him, but it's not him. And I had to my bro, my fault. It's just some dude had negative energy. That's why I turned around like that. My fault. But yo, I did that shit like I was so pissed off, yo. It's that third time he never came around. Excuse me, yo. So that third time he never comes around. The third time, y'all, he doesn't make an attempt to turn around, y'all. He doesn't make an attempt to turn around, y'all. No, the third time he doesn't even show up. He like teleported, disappeared, y'all. Cause I'm trying to look. I'm like, all right, you stay in this lane, nigga. It's over now. Yeah, I'm on my Jewish shit, y'all. I had to fuck with the Jews. I'm about to build them. You know I carried it too. Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, the third time, I'm like, he just disappeared, y'all. But I know I seen this dude from somewhere, y'all. And I just can't put my finger on it as of now. But I have a photogenic memory and elephant memory, y'all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you just got out there, and all of a sudden you just stopped. You didn't hear me. You had the headphones in. Why would you leave so fast? Mm. Something just ain't right. Something just ain't right. Now I know what her song Campbell meaning about that. Something was iffy about that situation. Because when I touched him, it felt like somebody sent them towards me. Because the nigga was mad scared. Like he wasn't like he didn't display it. But he tried to act gangster and he was trying like he was excited to speak to me. Niggas be having them headphones. They talking to the ops, but they really acting like they talking to you. Oh, word, yo, but you understand what I'm saying? You ain't gonna G. Who sent? Who sent you? Who sent you? Who sent you? You was about to get beat to death. I'll tell you that much. Thank God. I had some type of compassion and understanding within the situation, y'all. Very grateful for that, y'all. Because I was about to go bananas. But I'm type glad he left. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think he's weak for leaving. I don't think that. Um, I noticed he did go to the side. When I was jogging, he 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 left and stuff like that. These are characteristics that of a bitch. That's female. That's female tendencies. You understand what I'm saying? Um, so I'm not like, but I respect it in a way. You understand what I'm saying? I respect he moved to the side. I respect he left because this is how the world view you as for doing those type of activities. They view you as being weird, scared, or but me, I look at things from all different type of angles, yo. You understand what I'm saying? All different type of angles, yo. You see what I'm doing? Oh yeah, fix the pillow, baby. Yeah, fix the pillow, baby. You good? You got a hole right here. I know I got a hole, bro. My bad. I don't have no conscience, baby. I'm just letting you know you have a hole. I'm not trying to say. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all be digging in too deep. Y'all be digging in a little way too deep. Oh, I got a hole right here. No problem, bro. Let me put it under the shirt. Oh no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. See, it's all about the response, y'all. how you take things in, how you absorb it. You understand what I'm saying? Some things don't really need, it's not called for an argument, a disagreement, and stuff like that. Very hard, but you're gonna have to be able to control your emotions, y'all. See what I'm saying? See, one thing I respect about Queen Flip, so many people were trying to like bait him to say something about the YN, the young individual that he had an altercation. I'm not gonna say YN. I'm gonna say young man. Cause that's what he was, y'all. hmm But for him not using that as content, he could have been like, yeah, But them Harlem niggas, they hate Brooklyn, man. One nigga, when Queens Flip was walking by, that nigga said, if any of them dirty Brooklyn niggas try to fight you again and I'm there, I'm gonna fuck them up for you. Queens Flip was like, nah, man, no. I don't like speaking about that, man. I don't want to talk about that. But that fact that Flip fire to the flame, I feel like the young individual will find remorse, compassion for Queen's Flip, and he might not want to extend this. But with that video, with certain people saying certain things about him personally, I don't know how that could go because now that could be a beef thing between Harlem, Brooklyn. You understand what I'm saying? Because the Harlem niggas was showing Queens Flip love, man. One nigga said, yo, I'm about to call Jaffe. Another nigga was like, yo, bro, I wish I was there with you. So many niggas, like, they really fuck with this nigga. Like, I'm seeing this shit with my own 2 eyes. That shit ain't no clickbait. You can't clickbait that 100 niggas saying what up to you. You can't clickbait that. That takes too much strategizing. Mind. Too much of this, y'all. Niggas trying to get their little content. But one thing that made me cry today, y'all, because many people, they promote their businesses to Queen Flip. What Queen Flip do, he points you towards the camera, say your shit. Let the people know what you do and stuff like that. But this man, he had a crocheting business, y'all. And there was an 8-year-old. She was the one that been crocheting. She been crocheting, I think. No, she was like 16. She was young though, like a baby, And Queen Flip was talking to her. He told her continue to go to school and stuff like that. Within the conversation, there's nothing really to speak about. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're young, I'm older. You understand what I'm saying? So I expected Queen Flip to buy something, which he did. You understand what I'm saying? Because I was like, he was telling her, oh, okay, and stuff like that. He was promoting her on his platform. Anything he promote, people are going to support that. But the fact that he really bought something, because the older dude, he was the one that caught Queen's Flip attention. But I had to give it up to that little girl, y'all. I had to. Because even when Queen's Flip was trying to talk to her, she was paying attention to doing business. The dad had to let her know, oh baby, Queen's Flip is saying something. And Queen Flip was like, nah, it's all good, give it to him, it's all good. And she acknowledged Queen Flip. This is how much talent this young girl has, y'all. She's negotiating with the other dude that Queen Flip brought out there. And not only that, she acknowledged Queen Flip. She was like, "Oh yeah, you say you was gonna buy you no." She was giving him like the hat. She was like, "Oh, you say you was gonna," and Queen Flip was like, "Nah, give it to him. I bought that for him." But one thing I like about that dude, see, he might be from the LGBT community. I don't know if he is. Forgive me if you're not. But the dude that Queen's Flip was with, he was with JR. He was with the black homie that had the $1 billion boy club joint. But the other dude, he looked soft spoken. But I don't say he's from the LGBT community. I don't know. But he's talk a little soft spoken, but I can't say that because look at Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was soft spoken, and he was a gangster. And he was a gangster. But to see, because they ran across the Israelites, there's no really, there's no really prophets, Israelites, so in the this new thing, I respect it, because I don't even know a few people that's involved, with these type of things, as a as a prophet, my the church I was going to, he called this girl a prophet and stuff like that. Um, to me, there's no prophets. David was a real prophet, y'all. He wrote a song about Jesus before Jesus was Jesus. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. hmm But in all actuality, you know, the new Israelites and stuff like that, we can't put everybody under that umbrella. You got the UK, the shit that Captain Zayak is in and stuff. You got different versions, but they all obey by that one book. So the dude is like speaking the Queen's Flip or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see if I could get that part for y'all. Yeah, I got y'all. I think that was a very valuable education because even though those Israelites, the dude he knew about Queen's Flip. He knew of Queen's Flip. Spoke to him, let him know and stuff like that. But he was letting Queen's Flip know you eat pork. So he said the way to get to heaven is to to be obedient to the commandments. You understand what I'm saying? And the dude that Queen's Flip was with, he was with like, the dude, forgive me, I don't know if you're LGBT community or you soft spoken but you have a kind heart, you soft spoken. But what you said in front of the Israelites, and you said the way to get to paradise, the way to get to the promised land is to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. Yo, I said, yo, Queen's Flip got a real nigga with him. Yeah, he looked tiny, he looked soft spoken, but that right there, that took heart. And he didn't do that for him. He did that for Queen's Flip. You understand what I'm saying? I respect every religion. I respect, the way of life, the way people think. The Israelites, people call them a prophet. I don't got nothing against what people beliefs are. You understand what I'm saying? But me being baptized into Christian, I knew there were certain things, in the Quran that go against Christians. You understand what I'm saying? And but I wasn't a regular. I don't even consider myself like a Christian. I consider myself like a like a God messenger. You understand what I'm saying? I'm comfortable sometimes being the sun. You understand what I'm saying? We don't worship the sun, but these are type of words that we was talking about when it comes within certain books and stuff like that. Because you might see beasts, so a lot of people think Beauty and the Beast, and they don't think about beasts like, yo, I play basketball, I'm a beast. You understand what I'm saying? So, but this interaction, you know, I think it was very valuable and stuff like that. I got y'all entertainment purposes, educational purposes only, y'all. But the way this dude fought for Queen's Flip, he didn't say too much, but with that right there, that's all he had to say. I was like, because I was like, damn, nigga, you just had a war. I'm thinking he gonna come out with the big security guards. Probably, you see, he switched his bodyguard. That nigga switched his bodyguard. He didn't have the bodyguard. I told y'all. He switched his security probably because of me, y'all. I kid you not. He probably seen my video. Shout outs to Queen Flip for that. Can't be mad at you, baby. Shout outs to Kenny too. Yeah, yeah. That's why I said I have a relationship with Queen Flip, and I really don't know the dude like that. One day I was on Instagram, and he pulled up on my platform. Yep. No, no, he was live, and I try to go on his platform, and he that us was accepting lives. This is when he was going live through Instagram, y'all. But then one day it was like he was on YouTube, and the Bear Man, the dude that they was going knife and knife. They was going, I guess it was something that they was going to war. I forgot the dude name. He used to be on the Queen's Flip show and stuff like that. Um, so the dude says, it was something about him. So I ended up pulling up on the platform on YouTube, and I said something like 2 seconds, and Quick Flip was like, "That's all you had to say." I was like, "Yeah, but I was gonna continue talking." He was like, he sucked his teeth. He was like, and he clicked me off. You understand what I'm saying? Um, when he did that, Queen's Flip was like the old Queen's Flip, very arrogant, very how he was. He was probably stuck in his ways. But the new Queen's Flip, I respect, you know. But sometimes when people try to acknowledge him, I understand that sometimes he's not really, you know, trying to like give people an opportunity to line them up. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes it's like you say he's saying what up and he's saying, yo, you good? You can ask anybody that, yo, you good? That's like regular shit. But sometimes that you good shit is like that shit could lead to problems. Nigga be like, yo, you good? But not only that, that's twice. I've been and it was like the third time I ran to West Fourth. I ran into Kenny. Kenny was, I seen him on the Queen's Flip show. So I saluted Kenny. Let me see if I can find the short video where I'm speaking to Kenny. A very humble dude, and I don't even remember his name, but the only reason I remember his name is because I'm like, the dude was like very humble. He's like a warrior, very humble and stuff like that. And then I ran into George Messiah on West Fourth. But to see that, I'm like, Kenny, I couldn't forget his name. You understand what I'm saying? Because Kenny was like very humble and stuff like that. But he's been on the Queen's Flip show, yo. You see what I'm saying? So to see that, sometimes I'm like, oh snap, you know, I like got a relationship with Queen's Flip, and I haven't really met him in person. You understand what I'm saying? Um, but these are like several. Look at my boy right there, Kenny P. Look at my boy Kenny P, y'all. Look, and that's one thing I like. Look at how my boy Kenny speak. Look, look. See that? So it's like I got a little bond with Queens Flip as a content creator. You understand what I'm saying? He left a major impact and like this, he do things like this where people communicate and meet each other and stuff like that. And it's like, this is unbelievable. This was based off me supporting Queens Flip, me as a supporter. I ran into Kenny P and I had to show love. I'm like, yo, I seen you on the Queens Flip joint. That's Kenny P, yo. Now let's hear the interaction, y'all. I appreciate you, bro. I seen you on the Queens Flip show. Yeah, it's like that. I had to show love, bro.
What's going on? This is family on the street. 5 boroughs, 1 love.
Yeah.
You gotta show love to get love. It's okay to not be okay. It's not okay to stay there. And if you're a catnip, get your life on track.
Exactly. That's what it's about. Yo, I like how you held your composure on the show too.
Come on, man.
I seen that, but I like the you're humble and something worth it.
Remember that we all human. You understand? We all go through ups and downs. It's not how you fall, it's how you get up. You see me on the street, you see him on the show. I'm the same guy.
Yeah, you the same person.
I'm gonna show you love, man. Just show me love back.
Got you. One love, King. I agree. Appreciate it. See that? Now I'm gonna put it a little closer so y'all can see it.
This is family on the street. 5 boroughs, 1 love. Yeah, we gotta show love to get love. It's okay to not be okay. It's not okay to stay there. And if you're a catnip, get your life on track. Exactly. That's what it's about. You all right? One big thing, remember that we all human. You understand? We all go through ups and downs. It's not how you fall, it's how you get up. You see me on the street, you see him on the show. I'm the same guy consistently. Yeah, you the same person. I'm gonna show you love, man. Just show me love back.
See what I'm saying? Very humble dude. I ran into the George Messiah. Ran into George Messiah. You understand what I'm saying? Ran into the monk. A real monk. Okay. I got legendary, things up here, y'all. I'm just glad, people is starting to get it. You understand what I'm saying? People ain't taking life for granted and stuff like that. Y'all stay blessed, stay righteous, and stay healthy. And remember to always do the right thing, yo. Stay focused, y'all. God bless y'all, man. Hallelujah. God bless.